We're getting really excited about Christmas, and here we are doing all our preparations. Today we are baking and making cookies. Actually, we're not baking today. We're going to do some deep frying of a traditional Norwegian cookie that is called tiktak here in Norway, or rosette. Let's translate that into a rosette cookie. And the reason why it's rosette, it's because we use these and we dip this in the dough and then we fry them in the pan. So let's do this.
Yeah, I need the lid in case something happens, because this is warm.
Okay.
And if you wonder, we have
fire extinguishers as well. As we stand here by our very old-fashioned stove preparing ourselves for Christmas. So let's start.
So you do the dough.
I do the dough. To do the dough, we need 100 grams of flour. We're going to do this metric here. If you want to convert it into American, you'll have to look it up on your app. So 100 grams of flour is here. Take the 100 grams, put that in a little bowl. There we go. And we are going to do 2 deciliters of milk. Put that in. Stir this until you have a paste of sugar or of flour and milk.
I can stir while you do the next.
Well, but it has to stand for 15 minutes on
Okay.
it. So in case you're wondering, I do most of the cooking at home. Arne makes coffee, tea,
And I do this also.
noodles, and then if there's something extremely complex and complicated, he'll do that brilliantly. But the simple things he leaves to me. So stirring, making the dough is going to be my job. But then when we're going to do the frying, it's going to be Arne who's the master. So this is now nicely stirred into a paste. And we just leave this for about 15 minutes. And in the meantime, I need the other bowl. In the meantime, we are going to crack up 3 eggs. So 1. No, I've got it here.
Okay.
Don't worry. 2. 3. I'm going to need a fork, I think. Thank you. I'm going to whip those 3 eggs. And then we're going to stir in about 60 grams of sugar. So I've got my little measure here. See, we're getting there. This is about it. So 60 grams of sugar. And we are going to mix this in. And we're just beating it until we have a nice paste. There we go. I'm going to use this one to just get it in there and make sure that it's well mixed. You'll see that the egg will start changing color a little bit. It's going to become slightly more yellow. Is this correct?
And now you mix those together.
And then we mix the 2 together after that has been resting for like 15
You see,
minutes.
I'm the cookie expert.
Okay.
Or maybe
So now we've got the 2 batters. We've got the milk and the flour in one. And we've got the egg and the sugar in the other. So now we combine these 2 together. Ooh. These are going to be great, great, great cookies. Combine these together. Mix it all up. And we beat. Whip the dough. until it's nice and smooth. And this is a Christmas cake or cookie that Arne used to have in his childhood. Was it your grandmother or your great-grandmother that made it? Or maybe your mom?
Everyone.
All the ladies made it for him. And Arne told me that it's not Christmas unless he can have his special TikTok Christmas cookies.
TikTok is the name from where I come from.
From where you come from, yeah.
I like TikTok better than rosette. Yeah,
so the batter is now, sorry. So the dough is now mixed in.
Yeah. So
and is this looking correct, Arne?
Yeah.
Yep. So and then we've got, of course, these gorgeous little rosettes that we've bought. I think these 3 come from a flea market.
That's from a flea market in Paris.
From a flea market in Paris.
This is from a flea market in Norway.
Okay.
This is the traditional one with 4 hearts, and those are more.
Those are more
exotic.
French.
Maybe
so
French.
Traditional Norwegian, French. Doesn't matter. They all work. So while I was making the dough, Arne has been melting the lard in the frying pan, and he's used a special one that you can buy in Norwegian shops. It's made of coconut oil and canola oil, but you can probably get equivalents in your stores in your country. So you heat that up properly.
This has to be warm. If not, it doesn't work. So let's try if it's warm enough. Then you dip it in the dough, but don't cover the iron on top, because then you can't get the cookie off. If the iron isn't warm, it doesn't work. A lot of people struggle with that because they don't use a hot iron.
Yeah. And this is amazing because
now this should get off. And then you just take the forks and you move this around.
And you keep the rosette warm.
So you get a nice color. This is a little bit too dark, but you have to be quick so it doesn't get too dark, because
this is incredible how you can do this.
But it's so warm.
I know. Oh, perfect.
I smashed it a little bit, but
it looks great.
One more?
One more?
And we should use another one also. The flower.
Oh yeah,
maybe,
let's do a flower or a star.
Because it's so warm now. So I need to have different.
So remember to dip when it's warm first, the iron.
And as long as the dough doesn't go over the metal, then it should be good.
Ooh.
This goes very quick now.
It does, doesn't it? Perfect. And because we love doing all these Christmas things together, while Arne continues making the rosette cookies, I will start putting them on the plate. And what you do is you put some powdered sugar on, and then you take the little rosettes that we've got here, and you just dip them in like that. And you put them on the plate. And there you have these gorgeous little rosettes. And in Norway, the tradition for Christmas is you need to have 7 different kinds of cookies. And when you've gotten your 7 cookies, it's Christmas. So we've got 6 to go now.
Mm-hmm.
The rosettes are ready. And now we have to start baking the rest of the cookies, which is what we'll be doing from now until Christmas. And the result, these lovely little rosettes with hearts, and there's some with stars, and you're doing some with flowers.
Not that lovely, but
I think they're lovely.
A few more and it looks perfect.
Yeah. Well, they taste good.
Yeah, they taste good. I have to concentrate on that.
So go onto our website, arnecarlos.com/blog. Get the recipe there, and keep enjoying this time before Christmas. Only a few more days to go. So until next time, we will be continuing our preparations here.
Bye.
Bye.